When stars come out and skies turn deep, it's time for hearts to softly keep the love of God, both big and small, to share with others, one and all. Be kind to friends, both near and far. God sees your heart just where you are. A smile, a hurt, a hug, a gentle word can spread His love through all the world. Your God loves hearts that shine, not stun. Show tenderness, that's all, not stun. The quiet ones who help, not stun. Show tenderness, that shine, not there. When someone stumbles, who help with care.
Sally the Seal and the Lesson of the Rushing Current.
In the heart of the shimmering ocean lived Sally, a seal known throughout the colony for her unmatched speed and daring spirit. She loved nothing more than to race through the waves, her sleek body a blur against the turquoise water. One sunny morning, as Sally explored the outer edges of the reef, she spotted a narrow passage between two towering rock formations. The water there churned with a powerful current, looking both challenging and exciting. Perched atop one of the rocks was Benny, a wise old puffin known for his cautious nature. He watched Sally with a concerned look in his beady eyes. "Sally, that current looks dangerous," Benny called out, his voice barely audible above the roar of the water. "It's not worth the risk." Sally, never one to back down from a challenge, simply laughed. "Don't worry, Benny. I'm smart enough to handle it," she replied with a confident grin. Without a second thought, Sally dove into the churning water. The moment she entered the passage, the strong current seized her, pulling her deeper than she anticipated. The current dragged her through a dark and tangled kelp forest, the thick seaweed wrapping around her, hindering her movements. She struggled to break free, but the pull was too strong. Panic began to set in as Sally found herself deeper and deeper within the kelp forest. She was disoriented and exhausted, her initial confidence washed away by the relentless current. Just when she thought she couldn't struggle anymore, Sally remembered her mother's wise words. "When you're in trouble, stop, think, and plan." Taking a deep breath, Sally forced herself to stop struggling. She closed her eyes, focusing on calming her racing heart and clearing her mind. As she calmed, Sally noticed the current wasn't uniformly strong. There were moments when it eased slightly, offering brief windows of opportunity. Remembering her mother's teachings about using the ocean's flow, Sally decided to wait for one of those lulls and use the current to guide her back toward the entrance. With newfound patience, Sally waited for the next lull. When it came, she used her strong flippers to navigate through the kelp, letting the current assist her rather than fighting against it. Slowly but surely, Sally made her way back, carefully maneuvering through the kelp forest. Each movement was calculated, each breath deliberate. After what seemed like an eternity, Sally finally saw a glimmer of sunlight ahead. The entrance to the passage was within reach. With a final surge of effort, Sally burst out of the kelp forest and into the open water, gasping for air and blinking in the bright light. She was exhausted and shaken, but relieved to be back in the familiar waters outside the passage. The experience had taught her a valuable lesson. Back on the rock, Benny watched Sally emerge from the passage. He sighed with relief, his feathers ruffled with worry. As Sally approached, Benny hopped down from the rock and rushed to greet her. "Sally, I was so worried. Are you all right?" he exclaimed. Sally swam towards Benny, a sheepish look on her face. "You were right, Benny," she admitted. "That current was much stronger than I thought." "I'm glad you're safe, Sally," Benny replied, his voice filled with relief. "Sometimes, it's better to be cautious than to be reckless." Sally nudged Benny affectionately. "I learned my lesson," she said. "Wisdom is using your head, not just your speed." From that day on, Sally remained the fastest swimmer in the colony. But she approached challenges with a new sense of thoughtfulness and caution. And Benny continued to watch over his friend, always ready with a word of caution and a helpful map, guiding her safely through the ocean's challenges. Together, they explored the ocean, their friendship strengthened by the lesson of the rushing current, reminding them that true wisdom comes from balancing courage with caution.